What's up, my peeps out there in the digital space? Hope y'all are having a terrific Thursday. This is your boy Cedric Jenkins coming to you live from his home office. Right. Um, Want to come out here and give you another tax tip. Trying not to flood you all with a whole lot of tax tip, but since we're coming up on tax season and it's time for you to file your tax returns, it's best that you get some of these tips so that you can position yourself to where you can maximize your tax savings. All right. So I know that this platform is sending out notification I'm going live, but I'm not going to wait. I want to just jump on here, give you some value, and then jump right off. First of all, let me appreciate everyone who responded to my post. I put a post out there just to see whether or not if you all enjoy my content that I post. Right. What I try to do is in three folds. I try to provide posting uh, to empower people. Right. Whether it be an inspirational post, whether it be a financial post, or whether it may be a tax tip post. It's going to be one of those three. Okay. So what I like to do is try to just empower the community so that we can go out there and evolve. Right. It's all about evolving. Each and every day we should be trying to evolve, be a better version of what we were the day before. All right. Y'all got to excuse my house. My house is very busy. People be coming in and out. I got alarms and stuff going on, so sometimes it's a little crazy trying to do videos from my house. Anyway, let's jump right into it. I want to let y'all know that at the beginning of the year, another round of the stimulus check is going to be issued out. Okay? So let me just say this again. At the beginning of 2022, another round of a stimulus check is going to be sent out to taxpayers. Now, I will caveat you do have to qualify for it. Everybody's just not going to get it. All right? According to the government, everybody's not just going to get it. But you have to qualify for it. First off, the stimulus check is going to come out to an amount of $1,400. All right, $1,400. Now you have to qualify for it. Okay, so in order for someone to qualify for this new stimulus check in 2022, you have to have a a new dependent that was born in 2022. Let me get down here, okay? Because I took me some notes on this. Let's see. Give me a second here. Yep, another happening. So all of this is part of the American Rescue Plan, right? Um, we've been getting a stimulus check in 2021. I did a previous video the other day about um, anyone that been a recipient of a stimulus check. You will receive a form 6419 that you need to keep and give to your professional, tax professional. All right, okay. Um, this way, when you give it to your tax professional, there is a what you call a recovery rebate credit that you can qualify for tax savings. So please, ma'am and sir, don't throw that form away when you get it. Okay, it's called the form 6419. When you get it, give it to your tax professional so that you can claim it on your tax return so you can get what you call the recovery rebate credit that will give you tax savings. Remember, tax savings show up in your tax refund. All right, for every $3 in deductions or credit, $1 will show up in your tax refund. All right. Now, again, at the beginning of the year, $1,400, another $1,400 stimulus check is going to be sent out, but you do have to qualify for it. Okay. So let me get down here to the qualifications. Excuse me, not for the refund check, but for the stimulus check, but for the qualification for claiming the recovery rebate credit. Okay, let's get there. All right, in order to qualify for it, dependents must be under 19 at the end of the year unless they are a student or any age but permanently disabled. In addition, the dependent must be a child, brother, sister, foster, foster child, stepbrother, stepsister, half brother, or half sister, or a descendant of any of them. Okay? Also, all right, to get this credit, which is called a recovery rebate credit, there is an income threshold that you need to know about too. So the requirements of the income requirement threshold, you must be uh let's see, hold on. In order to get the full amount, you have to have an adjusted gross income under $75,000 or income of $150,000 and are married and filing jointly. Okay? So $75,000 if you're single, filing separately, or $150,000 if you're married, filing jointly. Okay? That is the income threshold. All right? So, this they're still sending out stimulus check, and what they're doing is trying to refuel people's pockets so they can fuel the economy economically, right? I do not know how much longer the government is going to be sending out stimulus checks. However, the fourth stimulus check is going to be it's going to be sent out at the beginning of 2022. All right, for the amount of $1,400. Remember, when you get these stimulus check, you're going to be at the end of the year, reporting year, you're going to get a form called 6419. All it's going to do is just annotate the total amount of stimulus check that you received. All right. Um, Keep that form now. As I mentioned before in the previous live, keep that form so that you can give it to your tax professional. The tax professional is going to file it on your tax return. It's going to be claimed as a recovery rebate credit. The credit is going to help you get tax savings. All right. Remember now, every income that we receive in this country is is all reportable. Okay, but depending on what type of income that you receive, all right, you could possibly get tax savings. It just all depends on how you receive it, how you earn it. See, we can always go out here and earn money, but it's not about how you can earn money. Is well, it's all about earning money, but you got to be mindful of how you earn it. There's some dog whistle tax codes that lets the government know how to tax people money. Dog whistle number one, W-2. Well, the government know how to tax a W-2. 28 between 28 and 33% right off the rip. That's payroll deducted. All right. 1099. Well, that's a dog whistle to the government to say, oh, he's earning income as a contractor or a business owner. Corporate tax rate 15%. Right. 1099 INT or 1099 DIV. All right. Well, that lets the government know to tax that income for the amount of roughly 10% because that's capital gains and dividends. All right. That comes from investing. So as you can see, who's at the top of the food chain when it comes to being taxed? It's the wage income earners. All right. And unfortunately, the wage income earners, because of the fact of what the tax system that they're sitting in, it's very hard for a wage income earners to qualify for tax savings, whether it be tax credit or tax or deductions. All right. Your whole goal as a taxpayer is to earn money, but find a way to lower your tax liability so that you can keep more of your money. All right. This thing about getting money under the table, thinking you're trying to cheat the government, let me just tell you, y'all can't cheat the government. This matrix is real out here. All right. Nobody's out here being you're not Neo, you're not Morpheus, okay? Unless you those two cats that understand the matrix, you're not gonna outthink the matrix. So when you're earning money in this society, it's best to understand how the matrix work. Well, how do you do that? You lean on your tax professionals. They are the oracles. They are the ones who's going to translate to you the tax code, i.e. the matrix, okay? Let them translate the tax code to you so that you can get an understanding how you can maneuver through the matrix so you can get your tax savings while you're earning your money. We shouldn't have to go out here and earn money by getting two full-time jobs or full-time and a part-time job or working overtime 80, 90, 100 hours thinking we're trying to get ahead. I want y'all to understand something. If you have two full-time jobs, that's two W-2s. That means you're going to get taxed twice. Both incomes are going to get taxed twice. Okay? If you get a full-time job and a part-time job, that's still two W-2s. Guess what's going to happen? You're going to get taxed twice. All right? And because they're W-2s, they're taxed at the highest tax rate. All right? So when you're out here earning money, you probably want to get your tax professional, and this is where tax planning come in at, so that they can give you a tax plan to where you can minimize or lower your tax liability to where you can save more money, which means it allows you to keep more money. It doesn't make sense, and I had to learn this because I was in that hamster wheel myself, working overtime, working long hours. I never went and got another full time or part time job, but on my regular job, I was working long hours, thinking I was getting ahead. But the more money you make, the more money Uncle Sam take, and that's not debatable. All right. All you got to do is just look at your pay stub when you come tomorrow. For those, tomorrow is Friday, and it's payday for most folks. All right. All you got to do is look at your gross, look at your net, and then you'll see that your net is not meeting your gross. We look at the net and we say, man, that's grosser, right? All because of the fact of what took place in the middle, and that is those taxes. Again, that's why I say it's not debatable as far as how wage income earners get taxed. Every Friday is proven how wage income earners get taxed. Okay, so it is probably best that you get with a tax planner, a tax professional who provide tax planning so that you can implement the tax planning so that in the future years you can get tax savings which will show up in your tax refund. All right, let's not just go out here and make all this money from working overtime and all that good stuff. What we fail to realize is this: even though we see our money being taxed all the time, but it doesn't stop there as far as our money being taxed. All right, we get taxed on what we earn, and we get taxed on what we spend. All right, because after you get what's left over, which is the net, now you have to go spend it on your lifestyle expenses. Well, when you do, you got groceries, you got clothing, you got bills, things of that nature. Well, some of that is going to be taxed. So you're going to get taxed on your spending as well. All right. I'll also add that it's not the only thing that's going to get taxed when you're working overtime. All right. Or working them two or three jobs. The other thing that's going to get taxed is your mind, body, and soul. All right. So tax is heavy. Right? We just looking at it from a monetary standpoint, but taxes goes a little bit further than that. And we have to understand that, right? So there's a smarter way to financially get ahead in this country. And I used to think it all comes from working two or three jobs or working a side hustle and getting some money under the table. And even then that doesn't work. I ain't gonna there was a friend of mine or a business partner of mine who posted it yesterday about there's a federal government law now to where any money that was earned in criminal activity, you're gonna have to report that on 1090 on the Schedule C. On the Schedule C. Now will it happen? Well, let's think about it. Anybody who's participating in criminal activities, you can't expect them to be honest stewardess, right? So they're not going to report it, but of course, if they don't report and get caught, that's going to be heavier penalties uh, and criminal charges, as opposed to claiming it on the tax return, to where your penalties, interest, and criminal charges are lesser. But good luck with that. But it's written in law that if you earn income from criminal activities, stolen property. Here's the thing: the government can put fair market value on cash that you received that you haven't reported, property that you haven't reported, gifts, things of that nature. If you're a recipient of those things, the government, by law, can put fair market value on those things to where those things are now taxable. I told y'all about that matrix, right? That matrix ain't nothing to play with. We've seen some folks who tried to get around the matrix and they did not succeed. It is best to understand the law than go against the law, right? So let me just wrap this all up, and just to let y'all know that at the beginning of 2022, you're going to get another round of stimulus check, and that's going to be in the amount of $1,400. All right. If you're a recipient of the $1,400 stimulus check, then now you qualify. You can claim the recovery rebate credit. But again, there are some requirements on that. But your tax professional will educate you a little bit more on that. All right. Now, remember, if you've been receiving stimulus check in 2021, and if you get one in 2022, you're going to get a form from the IRS called the 6419. Please, ma'am, please, sir, kings and queens, keep that form. Give it to your tax professional, because that form will help you get some tax savings, all right, on that income that you receive. Okay? Well, I hope this was empowering. I hope this provided some intrinsic value. Last disclaimer: if those we are coming up on tax season, for those who are looking for a tax professional, um, you've been looking for one. By all means, I'm here. I'm back in business. I went on hiatus for about a couple of years. Had to regroup, had to restructure, had to redo some things. So I'm back in the scene. There's a lot of folks that have been waiting for me, wanting me to get back into preparing taxes. But I'm coming back. But I'm not just providing tax preparation services. I'm providing tax preparation services. I'm providing tax resolution, representation. I'm also providing bookkeeping, payroll, and CFO services, and soon capital consulting. All right, so I'm pretty much I'm coming back to grow a tax and accounting firm. All right, so that's the evolution. And I always say that we always need to be better than we were the day before. All right. So if you're looking for any of those services, here's what I want you to do. I did put a link below this video, and it's just a link to where you can schedule appointment with me. Please, man, please, sir, because I know some of you all may know me personally, may have my personal contact. You may try to hit me up on my phone personally. Please, I want to. What I want to do is schedule time with you so that I can give you my undivided attention. All right. So please, instead of texting me uh, or hit me in the inbox or DM or what have you, saying, "Hey, I need to talk to you," just go ahead and click that link, the consultation link. It'll take you to my calendar to where you can book a time, a date and time that's good for you, so that we can sit down and talk about your tax and accounting needs. All right. This is your boy Cedric Jenkins, founder and creator of Your Money Matters. Your money matters because of the fact we get up each and every day to earn it. You have a God-given right to keep it. So keep more of your money, but you got to understand how the matrix works. Even Neo had to go to Morpheus and learn how the matrix worked in order for him to master or defeat Agent Smith. We all know who Agent Smith is if you've seen the movie. But then the correlation to this, Agent Smith, is the IRS. All right. In order for you to defeat the IRS, you got to understand how the IRS works. If we're not willing to do that, we always going to be defeated by the IRS, and we always going to be swimming backwards when we talk about trying to make money in this society. So we got to learn the rules so we can play by the rules, so we can have the tax laws work in our favor and not against us. All right. We'll talk at y'all later. Y'all be blessed. Peace.